Well, I met Jimmy 20 odd years ago when he was 11 years old, and when he first came down my dad's gym, Paddy's gym, at the Holt down in Aston.
The dad brought him down. I think it was one winter's night, I can remember it. They had a pair of old trainers on, it sticks in my mind. And he come in and he asked me if they could join the boxing club, and I looked at them, those two ragamuffins, you know.
Well, early memories of Jimmy was when he was a little kid, and obviously I was about 6, 7 years older, and went down to the training with him. Dean brought me down there. I wasn't a boxer myself, but I used to love running, and Dean said, well, here's your one. If you want to start running with somebody, start running with Jimmy.
When he first came down, he stood out, and he was the same age as Bomber, my younger brother, and we all used to do our sparring together, me and Jerry's older brother, and Bomber and Jimmy.
And he was a lot younger than me, but boy, could he run. I mean, I'd do 5 miles and then he'd just keep on running.
Well, when Jimmy was boxing, it's just pure speed. It was unbelievable. He was just so fast and fit, and I used to love watching him box.
Oh, I walked into your dad's gym, Paddy's gym, and you was there, Bomber was there, Jimmy and his brother, and we all just got on and we all started training together, and we used to have some real good battles. And
100%. If Jimmy was about now, and the Olympics had just gone, or the Olympics coming up, if Jimmy couldn't have got a gold medal, I'd eat that boxing ring.
He stood out from the crowd. He just had like that speed, that natural aggression, and just a natural ability to be a great boxer. There was no bully element in him. He was just a nice person.
Well, we've all said it, haven't we? He was a speed merchant, wasn't he? Fit kid, bang, move. He got it all, really.
And he's one of them lads that they could just like love running because he was just a smile on his face. You run with him, you're talking. Half hour later, you don't want to talk, he still wants to talk to you, and he's still there doing his shadow boxing all the way through it. Yeah.
We used to have open sparring like every night we trained. Jimmy used to more or less take anybody on who come in. You know, who was at the gym.
There's the gym window up there, and that's where we used to be hanging out that window, gasping for air after the hours and hours of training and the round after round on them bags up there. So we had the boxing ring in the middle window, the bags were this end, skipping the far end, but that's where Paddy used to skip in the far end, but that's where Paddy used to shout out the window while we a bit of a taskmaster when we was doing our circuit training around this Aston Hall here now, the stately home. We used to run these triangles, Jim, remember? We used to like run down these paths and then up them paths, do all our circuits and up and down these hills, touching the trees and walking down, touching the trees, getting all our fitness up for when we was in the ring. But it all paid off in the end. But them hours and hours out here, Jim, Sunday mornings, Saturday mornings, and then even afterwards when we were after training, we'd still find the energy to come over here and have a little knockabout, have a little game of football or something. Remember we used to come out the front door, Jim, it's still the same now. Out the door, run down that little path, cross the road and up and round this park.
All I can remember is how quick he was and how fit he was. You know what I mean? It was like proper wicked.
When he used to do his exercise, you don't any boxing, the running, the circuits over at the park, over at the Holt Park there, at the big house there, fantastic.
I was actually running a marathon, and Jimmy was on the way home from a club. He'd been out all night, and he actually ran 10 miles with me with his going out clothes on. And he was just a character to be with, and then he just said, I'll catch you in the gym Monday, and he was gone again.
And then in the background, Jim, we've got the Aston Villa football stadium, but it's had a bit of a refit and an upgrade since them days. They're in the Premiership now and they've made a lot of money, but they've had that big extension at the back now. And where we used to box in the Florida room at the back there, it's now part of the car park, but that's where we used to have our tournaments. The gym was upstairs, but a lot of our home tournaments, our home turf was there in that Florida room. This is the door as it always was, coming into the gym. Now, the gym now is a conference room in a posh hotel. Back when this was the boxing gym, it was much higher. The ceiling was full height ceiling. All the bags were that end, but that door wasn't there in the middle. The boxing ring was here in the centre. The ceiling was twice as high as this.
There was no headgear and all that. They used to have the gum shield, protector on, and the boxing gloves, obviously.
And if people looked at it today, they wouldn't realise how tough it was. And there was an awful lot of boxers on the regeneration of boxing when we was younger. And sometimes you could be fighting twice in a day on a championship.
We used to have 4 bags here. Me and Jimmy and Bomber used to train here on the bags. The ring was central there. The far end was the speed balls and the floor to ceiling balls, and area for shadow boxing.
Oh, every night we was there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday mornings. Never missed. Jimmy was always there. And Jerry, the two of them always come together.
And we used to do all our sparring here, Jim. We'll be able to do it down these tables here, look. But this was the main window, the only window that really opened, that we used to get some fresh air. And we all used to scramble for this window here. A lot of the times Jimmy would win the scramble to get to the front, being the little one, and get our fresh air, our gas of fresh air out of this window. Do you remember the site there over the expressway, looking out towards Birmingham city centre?
We come training or go up town clubbing. We still used to walk home just to stay fit and jog on, but we always used to have a good story to tell, and always put a smile on your face.
And this is where we used to get all our instruction through the windows. From my dad used to be shouting, Paddy used to be shouting out of these windows as we used to do our circuit training over the park, over here. And that's at Aston Hall at the top. We used to run round up and around the stately home at the top, round this park. And this is where we used to keep an eye on you, Jim, if you weren't keeping up to pace, but you always was when you was so fit them days.
It's all down from that day. His dad brought him into that gym and he put the gloves on. It's all down to that day, and he's never looked back since.